Welcome to the fourth video of the module 3, that is probability distribution. In this video, I am going to explain what is the binomial distribution and the problems based on that. Bernoulli's trials. Each trial having only two outcomes, that is success and failure. The second one is each trial must be independent. The third one is only finite number of repeated trials. Binomial distribution. A random variable x is called a binomial random variable with the parameters n, p and its PMF is given by P of x is equal to k, that is nck into p power k q power n minus k, where k takes the value 0, 1, 2 etc. up to n, and p is the probability of success with the range 0 less than or equal to p less than or equal to 1, and q is the probability of failure, and p plus q is equal to 1. nck is nothing but n factorial by k factorial into n minus k factorial. The CDF of the random variable x is given by fx of x, that is equal to summation k is varying from 0 to n nck p power k q power n minus k, where k is varying between n to n plus 1. Next, let us derive mean, variance, standard deviation of the binomial distribution. From the binomial distribution, we have p of x is equal to k is nck into p power k q power k n minus k for k varying from 0 to n for the discrete random variable x. And mean is given by e of x, that is summation of x xp of x is equal to summation k varying from 0 to n k into nck p to the power of k into n q to the power of n minus k. So that is given by k into n factorial by k factorial into n minus k factorial p to the power of k into q to the power of n minus k under the summation. Now this k factorial can also be written as k into k minus 1 factorial. So we get k into n factorial by k minus 1 factorial n minus k factorial into p power k q power n minus k. Now we can cancel this k and k, we get n, and again this n factorial can also be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. So since the k and k gets cancelled, we have k minus 1 factorial in the denominator. And in the denominator, when I add and subtract 1, we can write it as n minus 1 minus of k minus 1 factorial. And here p power of k also we will add and subtract 1, and even here also, that is q power also we will add and subtract 1. Thereby q power can be written as n minus 1 minus of k minus 1. So we can take the np outside from the previous step, and what remains inside the summation is n minus 1 factorial by k minus 1 factorial into n minus 1 minus of k minus 1 factorial into p power k minus 1 into q power n minus 1 minus of k minus 1. That is np summation of, it looks like nck, therefore we can write it off, instead of n it is n minus 1 and instead of k it is k minus 1. Therefore it is n minus 1 c k minus 1 into p power k minus 1 into q power n minus 1 minus q minus 1. That is, this part can also be written as p plus q to the power of n minus 1, and p plus q is always 1. Therefore we get it as equals to n into p. So e of x is equal to np. Now let's consider e of x square, that is e of x square we will add and subtract x to it, then we get e of x squared minus x plus x. That is, we can also write it as e of x into x minus 1 plus x. That is, e of x into x minus 1 plus e of x. So let us consider what is e of x into x minus 1. So this is nothing but x into x minus 1 of p of x, or that is summation k minus 1 nck into p power k q power n minus k. So that is nothing but summation k minus 1 n factorial by k factorial into n minus k factorial p power k into q power n minus k. Or this k factorial can also be written as this k minus 1 into k minus 2 factorial, so that this k minus 1 gets cancelled with the numerator and denominator. And this one, that is n factorial by k minus 2 factorial into k n minus k factorial into p power k n q power n minus k. Now, this n factorial can be written as n minus 1, n minus 2 factorial divided by k minus 2 factorial. And this n minus k factorial, by adding and subtracting 2, we can also write it as n minus 2 minus of k minus 2. And for p power k, we will add and subtract 2. And even for q power n minus k, we will add and subtract 2. Therefore, it will become q power n minus 2 minus of k minus 2. Then we can take n minus 1 into p square outside the summation. Therefore, summation of n minus 2 factorial by k minus 2 factorial into n minus 2 minus of k minus 2 factorial into p power k minus 2 q power n minus 2 minus of k minus 2. That is, n minus 1 into p square into p plus q to the power of n minus 2. And p plus q is equals to 1, and therefore what do we get here is n minus 1 whole square into p square, we get it. That is n square p squared minus np square. Now we can take the e to the power of x square, ex square. Ex square is e of x minus 1 plus e of x, that is n squared p squared minus n squared np squared plus np. E of x is np, which we have derived already. That is the thing. So variance is given by e of x squared minus e of x the whole square, which is n squared p squared minus np squared plus np minus n squared p squared, which on cancellation we get np squared minus np squared plus np. By taking np outside, we get 1 minus p. But we know that this is p plus q is equal to 1. That means 1 minus p can be replaced with q. So this 1 minus p is replaced with q now. Therefore, sigma x the whole square or variance is given by npq. And what is the standard deviation? It is nothing but the root of variance, that is equal to root of npq. Let's see the first problem. A binary source generates digits 1 and 0 corresponding to the probabilities 0.6 and 0.4 respectively. What is the probability that 2 ones and 3 zeros will occur in a 5-digit sequence? And what is the probability that at least 3 ones will occur in a 5-digit sequence? Solution. Let x be a random variable denoting the number ones generated in 5-digit sequence. So here n will be 5, p is 0.6 and q is 0.4. From the binomial distribution, we have the formula nck into p power k q power n minus k. So when we substitute 5ck, 0.6 power k and 0.4 power 5 minus k. So first one is, if we find the probability of 2 ones remaining will be obviously 3 zeros, because only 5 digits are there. Therefore, px of 2 is nothing but 5c2 into 0.6 power 2 and 0.4 power 5 minus 2, which is 3, and which on simplification we get 0.23. Next, when p of x k greater or equals to 3, we instead of taking greater or equals to 3, what we can do is we can take its complement, that is 1 minus p of x, px of k less than 3. So, the complement of greater or equal to 3 is less than 3. So, when we subtract from 1, we get the exact result. That can be easily obtained. 1 minus p of 0 plus p of 1 plus p of 2. So, it is 1 minus 5c0 0.6 to the power 0, 0.4 power 5 plus 5c1 0.6 power 1 and 0.4 power 4 plus 5c2 0.6 power 2 and 0.4 power 3. Therefore, on simplification, we are getting 1 minus 0.317, which is equals to 0.683. Next problem. The number of telephone lines busy at an instant of time is a binomial variate with a probability 0.2. If 10 lines are chosen at a time, find the probability that 5 lines are busy, at least 1 line is busy, at most 2 lines are busy. So this is the problem they have given, and it is a binomial distribution. Solution. Given P is 0.2, N is equal to 10 and Q is 1 minus P, that is 0.8. From the binomial distribution, we have the formula Px of k is nck p power k q power n minus k, that is 10 ck, 0.2 power k and 0.8 power 10 minus k. Now here we will take the k value as different one, that is k is 5 here. So we get 10 c 5, 0.2 power 5 and 0.8 power 5, which on calculation gives us 0.0264. That means the question is 5 lines. What was the first question here is, you can observe the 5 lines are busy. So that is the thing. We have got it. So what is the probability that the 5 lines are busy means 0.0264 is the probability that the 5 lines are busy. Next, at least 2 lines, that is greater or equal to 1, or we can also write it as 1 minus of p of x less than 1. So 1 minus p of 0, which is 1 minus of 10 c0, 0.2 power 0, 0.8 power 10, that is equal to 0.8926. Next, p of x less than or equals to 2, that is p of 0 plus p of 1 plus p of 2, that is 10 c0 into 0.2 power 0, 0.8 power 10 and 10 c1 into 0.2 power 1 and 0.8 power 9 plus 10 c2 into 0.2 power 2, 0.8 power 8, which gives us 0.1074. Thank you.